If you're looking for a travel backpack and you're on a bit of a budget and you're wondering, is the Amazon carry-on travel backpack the travel bag of my dreams? Well, this review will answer all of your questions and more. And you're gonna wanna stick around to the end, because if this is not the bag for you, I'm gonna make a couple alternative budget travel backpack recommendations that might better suit your needs. Let's talk about the gist of the Amazon Basics carry-on travel backpack. I'm sure we're all familiar with who Amazon is, but not everybody knows that Amazon not only is a marketplace where people sell products, but they actually manufacture and then sell their own products, which is known as their Amazon Basics series. And it's as the name suggests, it's stripped down the most basic product necessary to reach the lowest price point they possibly can. Because ultimately their goal is just to undercut commodity markets and bring the consumer the lowest price, which is great for people like you who might be on a budget right now. Amazon does not specify the exact size, but it's around 35 liters that can expand to 40 liters, which is an ideal size for a carry-on travel backpack, depending on the airline. The style is actually pretty clean. In the pursuit of pure essentialism basicness, Amazon has made a super clean silhouette with not a lot of features. And although you're rocking the Amazon's basic logo, I do think it looks quite clean for the price point. This is the bag when it's empty, and this is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on me. For reference, I'm 5'8". And I'm gonna pack this bag out throughout this entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All Amazon Basics products are covered by their 1-year warranty. And for all that, this bag runs around 50 USD. And that's kind of what this bag is all about, right? Super affordable and accessible price point, where the quality is actually like pretty impressive, all things considered. And if at any point in time you're like, dude, I can't say no to that price, 50 bucks for this bag, I'm in. And you're gonna make a purchase. We do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes, but that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, which we greatly appreciate. Thank you so much. Okay, let's talk about the front of the Amazon Basics carry-on travel backpack. First up, the branding, you got Amazon Basics right there. I think this is one of the least selling points of the bag, because ain't nobody want to rock an Amazon brand on their backpack. Maybe some of you guys don't care. Let me know in the comments below. Are you I don't care if it says Amazon on my backpack, I just want a backpack. Or are you like me and you're just maybe I'll just take a Sharpie and color that one in. Let's talk about the primary exterior material, which is unspecified, but this is basically some sort of, I would assume, super cheap ballistic nylon. Could be polyester, could be a blend, but regardless, it's a material that's gonna have some decent weather resistance to it. But keep in mind, with this bag, price point, you're spending 50 bucks in money. So you're gonna get 50 bucks returned to you in backpack features, right? If you want a backpack that can last through a monsoon and then another monsoon, then you're gonna have to dish out a bit more cash for those types of materials. But if the budget is low, these materials will get the job done. All right, we got 2 front pockets. Let's talk about this first one. Sort of a quicker front access pocket. It should be noted too that all the zippers on the Amazon bag are unbranded zippers, no YKK. But the zippers are super smooth, not PU coated. Keep that in mind so they're not highly weather resistant. And this pocket right here gets you all the way into this compartment, which basically runs this whole circumference dimension area math word place thing. Did I nail that or what? There's no additional organization in this pocket. It's just a big old pocket, right? Something that you want to throw that's a little bit bigger maybe that you want quicker access to. So for me, good spot for, think a hoodie, right? Flying and hoodies go hand in hand. You always want quick access to a jacket for when the airline just blasts that AC. Next up, we have the admin pocket. Double zippers, yet again, not YKK, not PU coded, but this compartment, as opposed to the front one, has a lot more organization. How much, you ask? I'll tell you. We've got the compartment on the front side, and then on the back side, we have 1, 2 pockets on top, 2 pen pockets, and 2 mesh pockets below. Let's talk about them. Again, this compartment is for your things that you want to have a bit more organization and that are also a little bit smaller, right? Pens, piece of cake. All right, a couple pens in there. For these 2 pockets, I might put things that I want quicker access to when I'm traveling, such as a battery, maybe some charging cables, right? And then below that, with these 2 mesh pockets, good spot for something like a Kindle and a notebook. Boom, and now you can see why we call it an admin pocket, right? You're fully administrated up, all your organized is good to go. But you still got some space at the bottom, which could be good for things like a, overhead pair of headphones, or you can throw those headphones right here. Yeah, pretty nice, good admin compartment. This is the way that I like a backpack to be made, more organization on the front, and just kind of minimalism in the main compartment, which actually, I don't know if you know, but that's exactly what I'm doing with the backpack that I'm building. Yes, that's true. This dude's building a backpack. And not only that, I'm actually documenting the process of building a backpack here on the Nomads Nation YouTube channel. So if you want to see what it's like for me building a backpack in public from the ground up, and you want to be able to vote on some of the key features of the bag, be sure to check out the second link in the description below. That link will show you more about the building a backpack project and how you can get involved. I hope to see you in your inbox. Back to this guy. And close it on up. And overall, I just think it's a great compartment for organization, right? Those are the things that when I'm traveling with, because this is a travel bag, that I just want quick access to. But does the rest of the bag stack up? Let's find out. Let's talk about the middle of the Amazon Basics carry-on travel backpack. Starting on the sides, we have compression straps on both sides of the bag. As the name suggests, these allow you to compress the bag when it's fully packed out, which allows you to A, have a little bit more tighter and not as bulky of a bag wearing experience. But B, sometimes airlines have really strict baggage policies. I don't know if you know about this. It's the most annoying thing ever. And sometimes they make you stick it in that little bin, right? And you gotta get a little bit smaller to get into that bin to prove to them that you can carry it on. These things can be incredibly helpful with that. But if that's not your style, they can be a little bit annoying too, because they are in the way and they can compromise the opening and closing of the bag. Pros and a con with everything when it comes to backpacks. We only have a side handle on one side, big, beefy, girthy side handle. It doesn't feel like super nice, but like everything with this bag, it gets the job done. So undoing the compression straps, that then allows us to get into the main compartment. But before we do, let's talk about the expansion. Because this is a bag that's around 35 liters that can then expand with this guy right here to around 40 liters. Which for me, that's kind of the size range that you want for international, domestic, I'd say like light-ish travel. Main compartment, one note about these zippers is they are lockable. And you can see, yet again, Amazon Basics giving you the backpack basics. Not a ton going on in here, but to me, honestly, when it comes to a travel backpack, I prefer it to be on the basic side. We've got a large mesh pocket on the front of the main compartment opening. And then no other organization here. I'll talk about these guys in a second, but we do have these compression straps. Let's talk about them. Compression straps, as they might sound, these allow you to take your clothes, pop into place, compress them like so. And while we're at it, we'll load this bag up with a few things. I'm a packing cubes guy. They help me keep organized. Throw a winter jacket in there. Bathroom kit. Use the compression straps. Keep everything nice, clean, tidy, and organized. On the other side, I'll throw an umbrella and a water bottle holder. And like, Aaron, just put that on the outside of the bag. Big thing. This bag has no external water bottle holder. So I'll just say when I get to my destination, I like to keep things eco-friendly and have a water bottle with me. Don't judge me. But yeah. Could be a deal breaker for some of y'all out there. When you're traveling, you want access to your water bottle. This will not be the solution for that because there's no external water bottle holder. And then on the opposite side, this is a good spot for things like underwear, socks, smaller things that you want sort of organized together. Or it could be a good spot to organize some of your tech gear. Or it could be a good spot to put a towel. There's endless possibilities. But you can see right here, this that I've just packed it with is more than enough for a weekend trip for me. And I'm fully expanded to the 40 liters. And you can see too, that expansion can also act as compression. And now, we're fully packed up, weekend trip, good to go, and it felt very smooth, to be honest. And then when you gotta get the bag down even smaller, that's when these compression straps come into play. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, wrapping things up, let's talk about the back of the Amazon Basics carry-on travel backpack. First up is the tech compartment. Located at the northernmost tip of the bag, it's basic. Here's my 2 cents. If you have a lot of tech gear, specifically laptops, tablets, you're looking for a bag that can really protect it and you're on a budget, maybe just increase that budget a little bit. Because a bag like this, like it gets the job done, but it's just not gonna give you that peace of mind. The padding's not too great, the access is not too great. Got a little bit of a false bottom, but ultimately, at this price point, they're not putting a lot of thought into the ways that you can protect your $2,000 laptop. They're putting a lot of thought into making this bag as cheap as humanly freaking possible. So if you want to protect your gear, maybe look elsewhere, but having said that, it does work. My 13-inch MacBook Pro slides on in, a little floppy in there. It's not the best laptop experience ever had, but it's in, we're good. So a really good travel bag would be a little bit more of a seamless laptop experience with a lot more protection and maybe like a PU coated zipper along the tech compartment just to keep your laptop extra safe from all the elements. But one thing I like is that this zipper is lockable with this cool little mechanism right there. You got this little D-ring loop, lock on the actual zipper, pop them together, laptop's extra safe. Moving on, let's talk about comfort. Because when it comes to a travel backpack, comfort could possibly be the most important thing, right? Like if it's not a comfortable bag, your travel's gonna suck. I can say at the price point, I'm pleased with the comfort, because comfort comes down to two things, padding and ventilation. We got a decent amount of padding on these shoulder straps here, pretty beefy actually. More beefy than a lot of other shoulder straps out there. Feels good, nice little distance too in between the shoulder straps, no pinching of the neck going on. And there's an included sternum strap, that's this guy right here. This allows you to redistribute the weight from your lower back to your torso. It's a tough one. I'm having a hard time working it, but it works, kind of. Yeah, that works, right? Right? Good news is it is adjustable, and it has a little web holder right here, which keeps the dangle in its place, which is crazy because there's some backpacks that charge like 6 times as much as this one does, and they don't have the dangle stopper in there. So thank you, Amazon, for your service. Although we don't have that on the bottom, so notice we have a lot of dangle going on right here, right? These are gonna be sort of flying all over the place when you're flying through the airport. But interesting to note, Amazon added these little thumb loops, which is cool, because like, it's one of those things that's so functional, like having these to be able to do this, just kind of keep your hands in. It's like one of those fun things to do. But no other backpack manufacturer would ever do this because it looks lame and weird and kind of like, it's just not very designer-y, right? But Amazon's like, screw that. We're gonna give the people what they want. They want freaking thumb holes, which make it very easy to tighten the bag. Oh, but we're pretty tight now. Now, one other thing that helps with comfort is a waist belt. That's not the waist belt. This is the waist belt, because I was confused because it doesn't look like a waist belt, because this is the basic, as the name would infer, waist belt the world has ever seen. I assume it just kind of clips on into here, where the shoulder straps clip on into as well. And then voila, you have another feature that allows you to take pressure from your back and redistribute it to your front. This is not a great waist strap, but it'll get the job done. Back padding, pretty good. This mesh will help provide some ventilation. The padding, a little extra comfort. And then a luggage pass-through holder. It's a little tight, especially when this bag is packed out. Yeah, it's gonna be hard sliding that on. Don't know how well it's gonna work. Get what you pay for, right? But on that note, one feature that they added that I feel like they didn't have to, and I'm like, Amazon, you didn't have to do that, but you did, is they give you this, and you're like, what in tarnation's name is that? That is a duffel strap, which means you can unclip the backpack straps, slide them on into here, zip it on up, and then add the duffel strap here and here, and you can officially enter duffel mode. Here's the deal. This is not a great duffel. Very few products that try to do two things in one are gonna do those two things as good as either could have separately, right? This is definitely a backpack first and a duffel way down there. I can't even, it's down there. But when you're traveling and you wanna put this bag in the overhead bin, right, as a carry-on, stowing away the shoulder straps and going into a brief duffel mode can be awesome. And in fact, I recommend don't even do duffel mode. You're in line, and then right before they're about to, call your ticket, your zone up, right? Stow the shoulder straps away, just kind of carry it with this top handle. And then when you slide it into the overhead bin, it's so much more seamless. There's not like this whole like octopus of straps and nylon and dangle whipping all over the place. And that does offer a very nice experience. Or in the case that you are maybe able to put this underneath the seat in front of you, yet again, like instead of like trying to shove it down there and like the straps like getting caught and everything, gone, seamless, very smooth, like a freaking space capsule. It was a nice touch that Amazon, I don't think, had to include at this price point, and I'm very pleased to say that they did. Let's wrap this up by talking about the overall pros and the overall cons of the Amazon Basics carry-on travel backpack. Overall pro number one, it's the most important thing about this bag is the price. 50 USD for a 40-liter travel backpack. Overall pro number two though is with that price, you're actually getting decent value. This bag will not fall apart in 2 or 3 months. I don't know if it's gonna last 2 or 3 years, but with the warranty, you should get a couple years usage out of this. And pro number three is that at the price point, I think Amazon included some really thoughtful features that will help with your travels. But I got some cons and I'm gonna tell you what they are. Overall con number one is you get what you pay for. This bag is not garbage, but it's definitely not a premium bag that if you wouldn't mind investing 2, 3, 4 times the amount of price into, you can get something a lot better. Overall con number two, tech compartment, not too hot about it. And con number three, usually the biggest failure point on backpacks are the zippers. These are non-branded, non-YKK zippers. So it's just kind of opening the door to some potential breakage there. But let's say you're like me and you're like, dude, listen, I know who I am. I know who this is. I know we're gonna be a great match together. I'm just looking to spend $50 plus shipping. and you're gonna make a purchase or you wanna find out more information, remember that we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Sometimes that link will have discount codes, but it will always make sure you get the best price. And it helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, which we appreciate so much, thank you. Now, if you're not quite sold though, don't you worry. I've reviewed a lot of backpacks, what I do, and I've got a couple of alternative recommendations you might just wanna look at. Test the field a bit. Alternative recommendation number 1 is going to be the Tomtoc Navigator 40 liter. This is for you if you're on a budget, but instead of dropping 50, you don't mind dropping like 70 to 80 for some slightly better materials, kind of a cooler looking bag. That's what Tomtoc's bringing to the table. And to learn more about the Navigator, take a look at the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. Alternative recommendation number 2 is the Matien travel backpack. This is for you if you are on a budget, but the 35 to 40 liters is a bit too big for you. The Matien travel backpack, in contrast, is around 27 liters, better for light travel, weekend trips. And to hear what we have to say about that, take a look at the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. And alternative recommendation number 3 is going to be the Patagonia Black Hole. This is for you if you're like, you know what, kind of looking at that bag, maybe I'll just kind of dip into those savings a little bit more, just for something a little bit nicer, but not too expensive. I'm not dropping $200 on a backpack. That's what the Patagonia Black Hole brings to the table. Decent size, decent materials, bit more of an outdoorsy look and feel. And to learn more about that bag, all you have to do is watch this review right here. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I personally respond to every single one myself. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.